This last week, we did $18,922 in sales, which comes out to about $2 to $3 grand per day. And this is on our print-on-demand store, selling about 50 different designs of t-shirts. But what's even more exciting is that this is part of the print-on-demand challenge, where we're trying to go from 0 to 7 figures in sales in under 12 months. So 365 days from July 1st of 2023. And so far, things have been growing pretty steadily. So we started out July doing a couple $100 and quickly increased to about $1,000 per day as we started to fine-tune the ads, throw in some new designs. August, we had a little bit of a dip, but overall, we started gradually climbing. And then the rest of August, we hit our first 3K day. And now here we are in September. And this past week has been extremely strong for us. We just had our first nearly $4,000 day. We had $3,900 in sales on the 16th and then $3,700 on the 17th. And we're doing this with about 50 designs, Facebook ads that we barely touch. We set them up once and they're pretty much running on their own ever since then, and email marketing. And our overhead is extremely low. And in this video, I'm going to go through all of the apps that we're currently using so you can see top to bottom everything that it takes to run one of these stores. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to break down our sales from this past week and share exactly what our expenses and our profit was at the end of the day. So our key stats from this past week were obviously $18,922 in sales. We had 17,000 sessions, which is up 30% from the previous week. This is largely due to the fact that I started increasing our ad spend on our DPA ads, which are the dynamic product ads, which for whatever reason, they always have a much cheaper cost per click, just a lower conversion rate. And our conversion rate was 2.3%. So out of all the traffic we got on the site, 7% of people added a product to cart, 5% of people initiated checkout, and 2.3% actually converted, which gave us a total of 395 orders. So you'll notice that sessions converted is 392, total orders is slightly different. That's because if there's orders on different sales channels like there was here, those will show up in the total orders, but not in the sessions converted because it wasn't from this channel. And then our returning customer rate was 8.63%, meaning that out of the 392 or 395 customers we had, about 9% of them had already bought from us in the past. And this is going to be a huge focus for us in the future because this is something we've always struggled with in the past, that we're really good at getting the front end sale, but making sure that we deliver on an experience that gets people to want to come back again and again. That's the way to really build a valuable brand. So our goal for this is that our sales are at about 20% returning customer rate on any given day. So we obviously have some work to do there. I'll talk more about that in future episodes. The majority of our traffic came from the United States. The close second was the United Kingdom, then Australia, Canada, and Germany. And these numbers are pretty consistent with our top countries. Normally US, UK, Australia, France, Canada, New Zealand. Those are some of the top ones we see. Our sessions by device type, this is also pretty consistent. Normally mobile is the vast majority of our traffic. And sessions by social source, right now we're only running Facebook and Instagram ads. We're starting to get our creative together for TikTok, but we haven't started running any paid ads for that. And this is a good note that as there's so much buzz around TikTok and that kind of thing nowadays, we're doing fairly well with just Facebook ads. It's tried and true. Nobody really talks about it anymore because it's not as sexy as TikTok, but it gets the job done. And that's what I recommend to everybody getting started, is to focus on one sales channel, learn it really well, and then if you watch any of my videos about selling your business, it's a good idea to diversify the sales channels further on down the road, because no buyer likes to see 90% of your sales coming from just Facebook. They want to see a healthy mix. So that's what we're working towards. We're just doing it more systematically than we have in the past. We just jump around to everything. All right, now let's jump over to our Shopify apps and see under the hood at everything we're using to run the store. Here are all the apps. I'll scroll through them first quickly so you can see. Starting off at the top, we have Retention X, which you can see we're still in the free trial for this one. I honestly haven't used this too much. I've just heard really good things about how you can use this to boost your LTV. Still playing around with this. I can't really give a recommendation one way or another right now, but I'll let you know in the future. This is a shopping feed app. If you're just getting started, you don't need this. This is basically just so we can set up TikTok Shop and run our Google ads. Basically, it pulls all of our products together into a shopping feed that we're then able to customize and tailor it to each platform. But again, you don't really need that one up front. Snowball affiliate marketing. This is one that we've just started working with, but Snowball is an affiliate marketing app that gives all of your customers a discount code that they're able to use to refer their own friends. What's different about Snowball than GoAff Pro is that it generates it for every single customer. So as soon as somebody buys, they see a unique referral link that they're able to give to their friends, and you're able to give them financial incentives and track the number of sales that they're driving from their link. Next is TikTok, which we're not really using this right now. It's just getting started. And then Looks, we just added this. We're on the $40 a month plan. This is so that customers can leave photo reviews and that sort of thing. Revo, loyalty and referrals. I'm not sure about this one. It's fairly expensive. They say that it does a lot. So here, this is Revo. It's $189 a month. See if you can spot the part that's interesting about this, is that it claims total revenue generated. It says total revenue generated from the app. And then down here, you can see that all of that revenue comes from retention revenue, not incentivized. And Revo is like a loyalty program where, like, as you spend money with the store, you get like bonus points that you can spend. Basically, the goal is to get people to come back and buy more and more, and they get like coupons for doing that. But then you see orders from customers after interacting with a loyalty program email. You're like, okay. And you look at the analytics, you can see that lifetime 1.7, almost 1.8 million points have been earned by customers, but only 7,300 points have been spent. So in my mind, 0.4% of points have been spent. That's one purchase worth. But they're still claiming that $13,000 of revenue has been driven from their software because, and I sent them a message about this, they say that every email that's opened from them, if a purchase is made within the next 72 hours, then they count it as theirs. Long story short, I don't know how much longer we're going to be using this one. It doesn't seem as effective to me as they're trying to make it out to seem. But anyway, so moving on, Shopify counter. That's just this thing up here. It tracks the sales, just fun, shows when we get sales. I have it set to once an hour. It updates because it was interrupting recording videos. Next is Simply Shipping Protection. So this is a shipping insurance software that we installed so that customers are able to choose an optional upsell of anywhere from $1 to $2, depending on their order cost, to insure their package. Next is Printify. We use this to obviously fulfill all of our products. Then Pushout. This is one of my favorite apps. This is those little notification pop-ups you'll get in the top corner of your browser. It's basically a marketing tool, but my favorite part about it is that unlike other marketing tools like Klaviyo, Attentive, basically every marketing tool nowadays does it based on your volume. Pushout is just a flat fee of $19 a month, which is unheard of. Normally it would be like for every 1,000 sends you bump up a bracket, but Pushout is just one flat fee. It's awesome. Next is Hextom, or bulk product edit. It's only $9 or $10 a month, and it saves us dozens of hours every month for when it comes to uploading new products. It lets us do a ton of stuff. Like, you're able to bulk update any one of these features about your products. Basically, any change you could possibly need to make to a product that you have to make to more than one product, you do it through bulk product editor, and it saves you a ton of time. And Google and YouTube, this is like the Facebook and Instagram app, which this is basically just connecting your Pixel so it can track orders from your Google ads. The next is Klaviyo and email marketing. This is how we send all of our email campaigns, flows. This does our pop-up, and you can also do SMS through here as well. And Cozy Anti-Theft, this is an interesting one. Makes it so that people coming to your site are not able to right-click or save or download your images. With print on demand, unfortunately, one of the best parts is that it's a low barrier to entry to get started. One of the worst parts is that it's a low barrier to entry to get started. So if somebody who's unscrupulous finds your site, realizes you're doing well, they're going to rip you off, and they're going to just launch their own version of your store. If I do a Google reverse image search of my top products, I will find at least 10 other sites that are selling our top products. like right now. So Cozy Anti-Theft helps mitigate that a little bit, but you can't stop all of them. Frequently bought together. This is like the Amazon function at the bottom of their product listings where it shows a bunch of different 2 or 3 different products for people to buy together. Email. This is just the Shopify email. This is free as well. Search and discovery. This one's nice because it lets you pair similar designs and customize what your customers will see in your search bar. QuickBooks, this is just for our finances. Facebook and Instagram, like I said, this is like the Google one where it's basically just integrating your pixel, and you can also set up your product feed through there. Then Make, this is in the automation we have that basically anytime new products get uploaded to the Shopify store, they get automatically added to a spreadsheet, and on that spreadsheet, somebody from our team just writes in the tags that they want, and then it automatically uploads it to Shopify, which is much easier than having to go in one by one in Shopify and update their tags. One of my favorite apps is Crush Picks, or now they just call it Crush, but basically it takes all of your images on the site and condenses them down to a smaller file size. This helps a ton with your site speed. Wrapping up here, Translate and Adapt. So this is if you're doing a lot of international traffic. I haven't set this up too much. I've done it mostly through Shopify Markets, but this is an app that will automatically translate your site depending on the viewer's region. Just to recap, out of the 28, which we probably have too many installed, but as you can see, most of them are free, and I am damn sure that very few of them actually impact our site speed. Our site speed's about a 45 out of 100 right now, which is really good. But I would say the most important ones, Printify, Bulk Product Edit, Klaviyo, Google, Meta, and Crush Picks. Honestly, you can get away with just those. I'd say Snowball, affiliate marketing, data feed, RetentionX, TikTok, Revo. All of those are take it or leave it. Once you start to scale and you're looking for incremental increases, it can make sense. And Looks is also another good one to have, or at least some review app. All right, so wrapping up the week, what was our total expenses and profit? So our top line sales, not including discounts or any of that good stuff, was $19,976. Cool. We spent a whopping $8,605 on Printify, which remember we get 5% of that back. We had $1,155 on discounts and refunds. I think this is the week that we started offering a discount in the email pop-up, 15%, so that's why that went up slightly. And our transaction fees were $589.59. Spent $6,453 on Facebook and Google ads. The 95% of that is Facebook. Our overhead is $583. The average is about $83.33 per day, which brings us to a net profit of $2,588. And then we add in our Capital One 2% cash back and our Printify rebate of $614. And that gives us a grand total net income of $3,202.94 for this week, which comes out to about 17% net income at the end of the day, which is not too bad considering that our ROAS took a major hit on a couple of days. But there you have it. There's your breakdown for the week. There's the profit and expenses, and we're continuing to grow, hoping that next week goes about 15% higher, but we shall see. If you have any questions or there's anything you want to see aside from the store URL, please stop asking to see the store URL. I've explained that already. If I give away the store URL, there will be I love you guys, but there will be a dozen copycats overnight. Copycat stores are not good for business. As a consolation prize, I can tell you one of the stores that I used to run was called Yoga Stay, and it's literally the exact same thing as what I'm doing now, to a T. It's just in a different niche, but same store, same products, same everything. So go check that one out, yogastay.co. I sold that business about 2 years ago. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section. I'm here for you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.